Hello! And a happy Tuesday. I don't know what this one's doing over here. She's just hanging out.
Oh.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah, I'm kind of, just.
She's just party
I
one.
gotta find, here, let me look it up. I got it. I almost got it.
Okay. She's got her thing in her ear still.
I'm taking that out. You know, if I take it out before I click the, then,
you know, that.
You know,
it's the international sign for
nay nay.
Well, this is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together
we are PM Artist Studio.
Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Otherwise, I do not know that you were here. If you want to hang out in the background, that is totally fine. You know, just chill. That's cool. But do give those thumbsy upsies. We very much appreciate them. They help us in our ultimate goal. One of these days, we might hit 100,000. But you know what? For right now, we're going to take 7 because it's about to happen.
It is.
It may even happen today. Who knows? It could happen like during the stream. It's very exciting. We'll get to that here in a minute. Simmer down, lady. All right, I do want to give a few little announcements before I forget. This coming weekend is the Hop. I am not participating because I just haven't had any extra little time to do much of anything. Barely enough to even kind of help this one over here. Why are you looking so blue now?
It's just because of the reflection of my shirt. I'm okay with blue.
Okay.
It's red that I object to. Okay. I don't like to look like I'm ready to explode.
She's okay with Smurfy.
I look like
she just doesn't want to be angry.
Icy queen. Okay. I'm good for that.
All right there, Elsa. Okay.
I'm not in, but Elsa might be a little bit.
She might be. She might have something to say about that.
She might.
She doesn't want to be put in that company. All right, guys. Yes, do say hello in the chat. Let me cue you guys up. But yes, to this weekend is going to be the Hop. So, you know, keep an eye out for that. Of course, we will post in Makers and all of that business. But yeah, big old Hop. Squirrely. Getting squirrely. People are getting squirrely.
Well, what's our Hop subject?
Getting squirrely.
Oh, well, I should have signed up for that.
Well, I said that we pretty much, that kind of describes most of how you operate.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a video, but I could just, go around in video.
Yeah. This whole studio is dedicated to squirreling.
Yeah.
There are shrines all around. I knew she'd enjoy that. She loves a good shrine.
Check this out. Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm going to list off who's here while she, finds one of her shrines. Oh, look at that. Darcy made us that. I'm pretty sure that came from Darcy. She's the queen of the squirrels.
I don't remember. I've had it over here for quite a while.
I think it's from Darcy. Pretty sure about that. She sent us a lot of cute squirrel stuff at one point. All right, we've got Amy Douglas, hello. So happy you are back. Alice White, Apple, Arkansas Crazy Culture. That's Dawn. Art Curious, that's Miriam. That's Heather's here. Barbara, Becky, Betsy. Why did I just go blank all those? Naya. Oof. Little brain just went burp. Carrie's here. Colleen, Darcy, Dana, Deb is in the house. Diane, Eddie, Ellen, Griffin Shell, that's Rhonda, Isabel, Jeanette, aka Janet. Yupta's here. Kathy, Katura. Did I say that right? I don't know. Katura. Yeah. Lexi, Lynn, Lori, Lydia, Mitzi, Nancy. Patricia's here. Paula, Panka, Ricky Nordmeyer, SAG, that's Sarah, Sandy Franklin, Sherry Black Dog Design, Star Travel, that's Linda, Susan, Bill, Susan Fernandez, Suzanne Rivard, hello, I believe you are new. The Shelley Studio, that's Margot, Tina Schwanberg, and Wendy is in the house. If I missed you, it was not on purpose. You just didn't show up in the list, or you popped in a little later, or it does weird things. All right, any other announcements? Really, no, not a lot going on as far as, signing up or doing anything right now in Makers, but I tell you what, at the first of every month, that's when you need to be watching that stuff, because that's when things happen, or sign-ups do, for sure. I don't know what this one's doing.
I used to wear that at school when some of my outfits were, you know, kind of a little bit.
Just so people...
Not teachery,
so
you know.
people weren't going to ask about it?
Yeah. Just saved a lot of, you know,
yeah, right.
rhetoric.
Rhetoric, yes.
Rhetoric.
Okay, so we're going to flip it around here a little bit today, literally.
Literally.
Yeah, and, you know, keep it kind of in a Monday situation other than this one. I told her she did have to be on camera today.
Yes, I got gussied up.
Yeah, I told her she had to put the makeup on and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to go top side, and we're going to be on my side again because we're going to work on that magnet situation because, you know, we always have a little bit different of crowd each, you know, stream. So, we thought, why not? Plus, I didn't get back up here because we had a crazy amount of orders, and that needed to get her done.
But I did get some other stuff done, too.
Yes.
But we'll talk about that on Thursday.
Okay. Very good.
I want to get a 12 by 14 inch gel plate, but I'm being coerced, blackmailed into cleaning before I get it.
However you want to look at it, I don't really care.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Ann Lover made this for me years ago. Not
yeah,
years
probably.
ago.
Well, about probably 2 years.
2 years.
At this
yes. Point. I know. I love it too. And Izzy has one, and Mariah has one.
I do. Mine's hanging up right here behind.
We
me.
miss Ann.
All right, so we got some pages still to do. I'm gonna get my keyboard.
Sandy says she has at least 5 projects in progress simultaneously. Then I watch Carrie Erfoyle, and I have to add another. I know, and they seem to be really good at just, you know, starting and completing.
Darn those peoples.
I know. It is a beautiful fabric. It's batik.
Okay.
Now, I hope I didn't mess that up because I kind of crunched it because some other stuff got put on top of it before.
I think it's fine.
Okay, I realized that that's what was happening.
But we are going to carry on with, because I like how that was going.
Lexi says you're just motivating me.
Yeah, see, Lexi understands. I told her I didn't care what she called it. I mean, just to get her done.
I love batik. Susan, that was my area of emphasis when I got my art certification degree. I like it too. Unfortunately, it's for younger people than I am. I can't stand that long to do it, and you can't sit in batik unless it's a very small thing. And you know, I used to do well. I should take a picture of the screen when we uncover it. I will take a picture of it.
Did y'all hear that when we uncover it?
When we uncover it.
Is that like, you know, you got plans?
Yeah, I mean, the forms that I had that I stretched fabric on were like 6 by 3 by 5 big ones, actually made out of real wood. They were huge, and I had to do it in the garage.
Alright, so if y'all have any questions, do ask.
Oh, and someone said that paper looks like a batik. I think a lot of my, and it's certainly subconscious because I don't consciously do that, but I think I approach gel printing slightly like I did batik just because it's ingrained. My sister has been motivated to clean with ice cream, soda, and other stuff. I need better than that. If I can procure it myself, then it's not a motivator. It has to be something, you know, that, yeah.
What do y'all think?
Oh, Kyla Koo's here. She's just popping in for a wee while. Oh, I wish I
Okay.
could hear you say that. Just love hearing you say that. This thing needs to have, you know, voices.
Voices? Well, it would kind of sound like a crowded room, probably.
Mining for memories. Oh, that's an interesting. Might be a different approach to cleaning. Well, my problem is when I begin mining for memories, then I just, you know, I get off task and just, you know, start something new, or, you know, it reminds me of something else I need to do, or, yeah.
The queen of squirrel.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, if she can find something and justify the fact that that has precedent over the cleaning, that other thing will happen. Whereas I'm like, no, we are cleaning. Put that aside. Let's label it.
Whiskey work. Well, I don't know. You know, I can go and purchase that myself. I didn't the last time, but
no.
I can. Doing better with the coughing and everything.
Oh, that was a too small.
No, no, no. This isn't a kitchen apron. Oh, hell no.
I have those. They don't get used very often. About once or twice a year.
And I don't understand what some of these people are saying.
Does P&M
There is some satisfaction in cleaning. I agree. I have a tendency to feel like I need to, the volume of it overwhelms me, and it's very hard for me to initiate a sequence of movements that would get me where I want to go. I'm not good at that part of saying, okay, so I need to do this, and I'm not a linear thinker. I'm a divergent thinker. If you think about, you know, somebody shooting a sniper rifle or somebody shooting a shotgun, well, I'm the shotgun. Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna be picking pellets out of that thing.
So we call it cleaning the bathroom when we start in one room and get distracted to another, then another, and before long we have 5 rooms in complete disarray. Oh, yeah, totally. And,
I have I understand that because sometimes that happens to me. Because I'm like, all right, I'm just going to do this one little thing. And then this little thing leads to this thing and this thing.
Oh,
this
yeah.
thing, this
You
thing.
send her into the pantry to get the cereal for Izzy's breakfast, and 3 hours later she comes back and the pantry's completely reorganized and none of us can find anything. I mean, it looks really good. Not say that. Yeah, you know, stuff's put away, whatnot. But I just think it should be left where it is, if at all possible.
Which means everything would be out on the counter. And
I like the word neurodivergent. We don't reward those children in our schools. Our schools are designed for linear thinkers. And we don't really appreciate nonlinear. I think there's a place for everybody. Weaponry is not part of normal cleaning practices. Oh, you mean the shotgun, the allegory of the shotgun and the, yeah. It was a metaphor. Yeah. And
did y'all hear that?
And it's just kind of like, you know, in teachery practice. Oh, I love it. I love that sound. Teachery seminars and whatnot, they would tell you not to use the shotgun approach to discipline because it backfires on you. Yes, and unfortunately, there are some teachers that didn't, you know, get that memo. What it does is it creates a climate for rebellion. Yeah.
Okay, so I think do we want more than one on this thing? I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Well, remember, that one's kind of thick at the bottom because it has the fold-over pockets.
But it doesn't necessarily matter. So see, now that I got them in place over here, this was what I figured out by the end of, you know, the stream yesterday. So it was a heck of a lot easier just to go ahead. Get all of the accordion fold ones in place.
Yes.
In the position where you want it.
Yes. Glue those down.
Then that way...
Or you're taping them down. You're using
the double stick tape. And I should go in. But I just want to make sure there's no sense...
because that allows you to move them about if you need to.
I do, yes. And so now these click into place.
A neurodivergent person should never marry a logical sequential thinker. Well, you know, that would definitely be my case. But you know, that's not true because when I married him, he was neurodivergent also. He went over to the other side later on. That's when we started having problems.
His nurturing was strong.
I know, but he was a lot of fun when he was a biologist. When he became a mathematician, he wasn't very much fun anymore.
She's speaking of my father.
Yes.
Okay, so, like I said, the reason I have them in the accordion there on the back side is now I can hold my magnets that I'm going to then click into place on here. This one's the next one in line. Kind of line it up how I want it to sit inside of the fold. Give it a little squeeze.
You go. Okay.
Give it a little squeeze, and now my magnets are on the paper that it needs to be on. See? And now they're all clicking into place. Because as you add more, they become stronger, as you know. And it was funny when I was taking a picture of it. I was laying the magnet thing, you know, down near it, and it started to, like, kept sucking over. It was funny.
Be careful, don't put it near your computer.
True that. Okay, moving on.
Okay, here we go. That's quite a career change. Well, I think he was always really good with numbers, and you have to understand Mariah's father's first language was German.
No.
Yes, it was. He had really in kindergarten struggled with English because his mutti was his nanny.
I mean, I kind of knew that, but I didn't think.
Well, he was really a lot more comfortable with German than he was with English, and I think that had a lot to do with his liking numbers. You know, numbers, you don't have to think about meanings. They just are what they are. And I think it makes it's comfortable. So I do think that there is that. And
right up on the edge on those, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah. This seems to be working great. I really honestly think it is working quite well.
Yeah, I'm going to have this kind of done in no time. And we can either then, well, it'll be more fun to see like how to match up and cover up all the magnets. That's what we're going to do next. If y'all want to stick around for that.
Yeah, there you go.
Tell your friends it's a hoopla. Happy time over here at PMR Studio. Setting magnets and whatnot.
Susan says, the mind of a mathematician but the heart of a poet. They argue sometimes. I like when the poet wins. That's really interesting. I do have a bit of an analytical mind. This is not necessarily to do with numbers, but I do analyze a lot of things. That, you know, I think about why I like something. And I will list the reasons.
Oh, yes, we do. Yeah.
Why I like that.
You and I both have a really good time just, like, talking about
just
this stuff.
Hypotheticals. I like hypotheticals. So I would say maybe that I have more of a scientific
discovery
sense of discovery thing about more than math. But, you know, they are related.
Yeah.
I like the poet winning, but I wish my mind was brighter. Well, you know, you can do something about that. It's like you don't run out of room. It's not, your brain is not like a physical room. The more you put in, and after a while, you know, there's no room for any more furniture. Brain's not like that. A brain is more like a sponge.
Sometimes you need to wring it out, though.
Well, this is true, and you need to do a dump.
A dump.
A data dump to get, you know, make room for something that's more relevant to what you're doing nowadays.
Just a little a reboot.
Reboot. Get acquainted with your internal computer.
Yeah. Then get some updates, which sometimes, you know, are like
Mariah is good at spatial relations, and I am not. I have trouble remembering which way to go off the elevator. The copper papers look like a bird's face. I saw that too, and I feel like they're sort of batty.
Yeah.
You know, they're taking flight. And there is no age limit on learning something not to. Your brain does not have an expiration date. Well, I guess it does when they're, you know, closing the coffin up. I think you have expired. That's kind of dark humor. I've been watching this pretty dark series, so yeah, that's where all of that's coming from. Aha. Yeah, there really isn't. And I think that one of the things that keeps you mentally active is trying new and different things. I really, I started learning Spanish when I was like, 65? Well, I was even earlier than that.
Yeah.
Because it was when I was still teaching. But I did just because I needed at least to have a grasp of fundamentals. And I think it's a good way to tell a culture that you appreciate their contribution by learning their language. Or at least attempting to learn their language. I'm so glad that we went to turn that back again, Mariah. Because that looks so, no, the other one. You can see the turquoise underneath, and it really picks up, and
I don't know what you're telling me.
I'm telling you to go back and one more. That one. Now put the other one up. I want to see the turquoise things. Yes, there, right there. Look at that. Okay, fabulous contrast there. You have the turquoise down at the bottom, which contrasts with the orange, and then you have the defining repetition of the little triangular flip over things at the top.
See, it's going to lock in place and it's going to hold it up.
Oh, yeah.
See?
Nothing flipped out.
Now, it's going to get a little less magnety.
Really?
Once I cover the things, yes.
Oh, you may have to put one in the middle. But remember, we're magnet poor right now. They don't come in till tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think this binding thing will become a thing, Mariah.
I hope so. I'm waiting for our big thing.
Big thing, that...
We talk about that around here.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Maybe this is it.
I told Mariah...
I don't know why that's so important to me. She could care less.
I really could. Okay, so I'm in the process of making these beautiful papers and cutting them up and flipping them, bending little triangles over, etc., etc. And I said, I don't know what I have here, but when I'm making these, I'm doing it with the full knowledge that you will be able to make it into something. And that allows me to
I tell her, I just need her to finish something, tell me it's to a point where she doesn't know what to do with it.
I just need to get enough there that you got something to work with. And usually it's more than enough to work with, as you saw from all the papers that we've got left over back over yonder here. But I'm going to continue on because I think that this is really cool, and let's, take it to the next level.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
That's what I'm thinking. Might need to get some bigger magnets for the next ones that I do, because I'm thinking about them being...
What are you talking about? You're going...
Heavy duty.
Like, these aren't going to be like a coordinating set, I say. I would never say matching.
Well, I certainly hope not. I'd have to send you to the bathroom so you could wash your mouth out with soap.
Wash your mouth out with those kinds
Where
of
do
words.
you get the magnets? I think a magnet...
Okay, here.
A magna accordion.
Well, that's what it is.
A magneto.
Now, we are going to need to,
yeah, have some flaps so that we can stabilize it like you do with the,
yes.
Yeah, I know, I've been thinking about that too. I think that they need to sandwich. Okay? You've got your little tab sticking out here, but if you have one on the top and one on the bottom, you can hug it in and you won't even be able to tell. So you can still turn it over. I think it will be stability-wise good too. So we're talking about 2 pieces of stronger paper rather than just one.
Yeah, I can understand what you're saying.
Okay.
It scares me when I do, but...
I thought you were going to make me draw something. I'm going to have a problem.
Oh, I should have. You should draw that. Alright, hold on. I'm going to get y'all links to the magnets that I just bought. Because I really do love these, and let me tell you, it gets a little crazy.
Go big or go home. Yeah, right. That's what we say in Texas, too.
Looking for them. In fact, I have ordered the wrong ones before.
Apple Day says, I adore mine goes. It's nice to know somebody appreciates. Some people have problems even when, you know, I provide street signs on how to get there. They don't always follow.
No,
And
like,
sometimes the wind blows and the signs get turned. Floods, you know,
floods happen.
Across the road and detours are required. What about putting it into an old hardcover book that will be able to... Well, now, you know, I've been thinking about that, but I've been thinking about using my lasagna box.
And I said I would rather just use the black chipboard because I like it. It's nice. I
think you can use the black chipboard for your little things there, but I am really... I'm motivated to...
I want my hair to stay like this, but it won't.
Well, it's just because you keep flipping at it and tearing it and pulling it down. She does this.
Well, and then I do this. It's a
I
fluff.
said, can you just
stop?
God, it drives me crazy. Oh my gosh.
Sort of drives me crazy.
So I watched the Paxton trial, and I'm not going to get political on you or anything. I'm just going to give you a little... Okay, so one of the attorneys for the prosecution, I loved her. She had kind of little past shoulder length hair, parted in the middle, and she, you know, didn't have anything holding it back. So she had these two pieces. This is kind of like Mariah over here. And they were greasy from her gooing them, you know. I just wanted to take some scissors and just cut it off right where it came out of her head.
There you go, sweetie.
Yeah, Mariah, spray your hair upside down. Word.
That seems like a challenge. Are you challenging me?
I'll tell you what, you turn upside down and I'll spray your hair.
Okay.
Oh, Dawn's missing her mohawk. Well, honey, I have one every morning when I wake up. And it's even worse now that my hair's, you know, really, really short.
Dawn of Heather, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She stops at the...
That hairspray trick is from the 60s. Hey, you know, some things never go out of style. In Texas, we never, ever gave up big hair. Well, some of us did.
I don't use hairspray.
I made my own hairspray once with, oh, what do you call that stuff that you put in the bathtub that relaxes you? Epsom salt.
Yeah.
Coconut.
We need to figure out how to get Izzy's hair for her spinel thing. I was thinking, like, don't some people do, like, egg whites?
Oh, that's real stiff, though.
Well, it's kind of what we need. It needs to be pointy.
Yeah, egg whites are good. That's what people used to do when they did those little curly cues on their, you know, and the crimped waves.
Mm-hmm. The finger waves.
Finger waves. Okay, apple a day. Well, she's done that before with the black chipboard and the gaffer's tape.
Yep.
She's constructed that before.
That's the way I want to do it. But, you know, she's got these things that she keeps, and she wants to she needs some justification.
Justification for keeping boxes.
For the crap she keeps.
Oh, Maxine, I hope you brought your earbuds. They've changed my life. Do I still have mine? No, I took it out.
No. Like, everybody has a pair around here now.
They do.
And there's like a pair that goes with every device around here. Because I'm like, put that in. Put that in.
Mariah's super sensitive. That flower book was done. Yes.
Yeah.
That was done with gaffer's tape and black chipboard, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I think so.
Or did you paint those?
I may have painted those. But, you know, it doesn't really matter. I mean, they're black.
Yeah.
The only thing is, when you're painting your chipboard, you do want to do at least 2 coats and sand in between. Because it will chip off.
Chipboard chips.
Chipboard chips. Susan Billieu says, oh, egg whites just know something about Mary action.
She doesn't know the reference.
I don't know
she didn't
what
watch that
I
movie.
don't know.
I know what you're saying. That's funny.
Piper, I agree. I don't. Now I do. You know what I put? I put the lotion that in my hair when it's wet after the shower.
Yeah, I'm also very sensitive. Monica.
Because I don't even use shampoo. I use this zinc soap that I got for my eczema, and I don't use very much of it. Carrie says, I just bought earbuds for my vacation so that I could use the microphone on them for filming. Oh.
These old J-Lab ones are my most favorite because I I have very small ears.
Her orifices.
My orifices are very small.
Yeah. That's what one of the teachers told me at school about earrings.
Let me show you yours.
She said, because I was making earrings, and, you know, people would ask me.
See, they hook over your ear. Like that. And then kind of just set inside of your ear.
You can,
and they don't fall out, and, you know.
And they don't, you know, my ears, I have itchy ears. And I can keep these enough on the outside of my ear that I don't feel like that I'm constipating my ear orifice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Princess ears, there you go. Well, I've got queen's ears, but I still don't like things in my ears that makes it itch. Makes it hot. Sweaty, you know. There's nothing worse than sweaty eardrums.
Sweaty ears. So sweaty ears.
I think that just looks so cool.
Now this is a little pockety one, so I'm gonna do it on the inside.
To create hair spikes. Oh, I asked as a bald guy. Can you use aloe vera? You know, you probably can, but I don't know. It might be just a little bit. I don't know that it dries that stiff. No, now I need to link Miss M's earbuds. Yeah.
Oh, y'all want a link for that? I mean, I can.
Okay, well, see, these don't fall out of your ears.
They come in some really cool colors, too. So we have just about every color.
Yeah.
I think the only ones we don't have are like the kind of an army greenish color. Because we've got the black pair, which goes to this one. Izzy has the lime green one, which were my original ones.
I see, they look so nice.
I have, and they're only like $20. Here, I'll give y'all a link.
And they have the little thing on the back. You charge them in the case, and then if it says, you know, battery low, you just flip them back in the case. I only use one at a time.
I do too. I don't use both of them.
I don't need symphony.
Well, I like to hear what else, you know, what other people are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have.
And I have better hearing in one ear than the other, but I do use the other one.
5. We have 5 of the 6 colors. Yeah. we just don't have the lime or the the army greenish color.
No, and they do not hurt with my glasses. Now they do hurt with my ear cuffs. I can't wear my ear cuffs.
There you go.
Because they kind of poke it in.
Not jewelry friendly.
But my earrings are fine. And my glasses, it does. The reason it doesn't is because this little part right here, can you see? It's really wiggly. It's silicone-y.
Oh, and it has the different sizes, too, of the little inner ear thing that you can switch out.
Oh, it does?
Uh-huh. Did you not look in your box?
No, is there some in here?
No, not in there, in the box that they came in.
Well, I don't think I have it. I think you just handed me this.
Oh.
I was not aware of that. I think I need smaller ones. I don't know, though. That's fine. I mean, I'm good.
Oh, and then the,
Kathy has small ear orifices also.
Well, see, then you will love these. Because all those, like, you know, fancy ones, Brad bought me, like, the really, you know, the, what do you call them? Like the Bose ones or whatever.
Oh, gosh.
Stand those flipping things. Always falling out of my ear. The small ones didn't fit. Like, I mean, yeah.
Oh, I hate these things, but I love these.
And I found a pair, because, like, we went up to Walmart. So my first pair I got at Walmart. And then I lost them. So I got a pair, and a second pair, because I was like, I love those. Which turned out really nice, because then we ended up giving those to Izzy when I did find them again.
Yeah.
And they stay charged for a long time. They come with their own little charger thing, so you don't have to have a separate cord.
Yeah.
Anyway, have we said enough about all that?
Hey, and here's a whole thing. I can still listen to stuff that I have on my computer sitting downstairs at the table.
My fancy rig headset.
Oh, yeah, they would scream at you. I was going, what is that noise? What is that? Who's talking? That was their stupid earphones going, you need to go sit down. You're too far away from your device. Blah, 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 blah. That kind of stuff.
I didn't say that, but it's
okay, Kylie Koo, thank you for getting us back on subject. She says that page looks amazing. It is one of my favorite pages because I just think the gold and that rust is just so beautiful together.
I did this one a little bit in reverse, sort of. So let me show you what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about.
Oh, so why did you do that?
Because I want it, because this is an inside foldy one.
Oh, yes. So I want that was going to become a pocket. It just didn't.
It just doesn't really necessarily matter exactly if it's on that side or this side, but I feel like it should be on that side.
Okay, let me check our thumbsy upsies. Boy, y'all did good. Oh my gosh, now you all need to get over there and do thumbsies upsies. We have 100 people watching now, and we only have 59 thumbsy upsies.
Come on, y'all. You can do
Come
better
on
than that.
now.
We're going to hit 7,000 today. I'm just sure
Anthony's here today. Hi, Anthony. Hey, you needed to be here because Eddie was feeling slightly, underrepresented gender-wise.
Carrie's here.
Yeah, I know he is, but he wasn't there the other way. No, he had to, get himself put back together. I'm sure that he's probably unpacked all his suitcase and everything. I unpacked my Baltimore suitcases about a week ago.
Yeah.
Finally, because,
I do it when I get home.
Yeah. He says, I'm just popping in for a minute to let folks know that there's still room for more folks in the Northwest Artist Retreat. Well, I'll tell you what, I would love to be there. And I am with you in spirit. 64 likes. Feel free to add more. Oh, we're up to 69. That's the year I graduated from high school.
She's just giving out all
But there's 94 watching. Oh, there's 100 watching a while ago. Some people dropped out. Where the hell did they go?
Yeah, well, when you call them out like that, sometimes they leave.
Maybe they see me.
I can't stay. I don't feel committed to this.
No, unpacking suitcases is the worst. I mean, it is just like, I wish I could have somebody just come in and do this kind of stuff for me.
You kind of feel like that about a lot of things. She really does.
I'll just ignore that.
Because I ain't wrong. Look at that. How cool is that?
Whoops, you lost
Yeah,
one.
I know. It's sliding out because I got to get them.
You got to get more magnets.
Well, no, I don't think that I necessarily need no more magnets, but I got to get them really, glued in. But look at how cool that. Sorry. There we go.
I'm waiting to see it up on my screen.
Yeah, so that one does kind of slide out. What's up with that?
Well, I think
it's heavier. That's why.
It is heavier. And actually, it's like 3 pages heavier. Mm-hmm. Plus, you have a double row of stuff at the top.
It's double trouble. All right.
It does look fab altogether. It will be nature focused. Oh, yes. Well, of course, because of where you are.
All right, so we've got...
I did all my laundry on my last day in Chicago, so when I unpacked it home, all I had to do is put it away. Oh, Carrie, I just hate on you so much.
It's a love-hate.
It is. I put mine in a big old garbage bag and tightened it up on one end so I could put my dirty clothes and clean clothes together and they didn't mingle. So I didn't have to wash all of them again.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't like that commingling of...
I view this book like a big monster mouth to me. Oh, well, I love that. Oh, yes, the teethy thing there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's got that vibe growing.
Okay, so now we need to just get going through them and get stuff glued down so that way they...
And thank you, Joan. I appreciate that comment. She said it is so unique. Well, we're going to try to build another one, but you realize it's kind of like probably
won't. Anything is very difficult around here. Not for me, but, for other people.
And Lori says she unpacks immediately. Mm-hmm. Well, we just have those unpackers, and I just live out of a suitcase till it's empty.
And she does that.
More or less.
Like, she just put it away the other day.
Yeah, because I ran out of clothes from there. Now, I did have to hang up some scarves, Took a lot. I wore scarves quite a bit when I was in Baltimore. The air conditioning was very...
satisfactory.
More than satisfactory. Froze my freaking butt off. Okay.
Okay, I'm not putting
You can't repeat or replicate. Well, it's not that I don't want to. Sometimes I do try. But, it's the squirrel thing. And this comes in as an advantage. Like a shark jaw with rows and rows of teeth. Yes.
Here, I'm going to put this up.
Well, remember, when you have sharp, pointed things, you think of danger. Danger.
Will Robinson.
Thank you, Michelle. We aim to be entertaining, if nothing else.
We do. It's very important to me.
Anthony's remodeling the barn, and he just installed new French doors to bring in more light. Anthony, we are going to be there someday, because that is like my favorite part of the country. I've not been to Maine, and I suspect that might be a good one, too. Mm-hmm. But we loved Seattle.
We've been there twice.
Yeah, we've been there twice. didn't get up to Vancouver. That was one of my...
Yeah.
We will take our passports and next time we will go. Helen says, I see more of a circus vibe. Well, you know, initially, Helen, that's interesting that you would say that.
I think so too.
Because that was kind of what I was feeling sometimes. But I even got a little bit of an Egyptian, you know, kind of a...
Very chatty today.
What?
You were super chatty today. I'm very proud of you.
Well, I have wonderful things to respond to here. I don't know what is it. Oh, and 3 crazy puppies and about 9 chickens. Oh my gosh. I love chickens. Do you have any goats?
Cutting goats.
I love goats too.
She likes the idea of goats.
Apple a Days has come to Vancouver, my hometown. I know I would love Vancouver. Oh, and Susan lived there for 28 years. Why did you move? Where is the information for meat? Okay.
Oh, you need to be over there. Who's asking?
Utah.
Oh, Utah. Yeah, it's over there in Makers.
Yeah.
Just, I think we still have it at the top. If not,
Yeah.
just look up Anthony, and it'll
Portland.
be one of his
Yes.
posts.
I would love Portland. Portland, Maine. Well, I really think that, you know, I've not been to the Boston area. Nova Scotia, all those places up there, because it's colder there. Right? And Colleen says Seattle is my hometown. Oh, see, I would love it. Okay, Susan says she has 16 chickens, 5 rabbits, 1 timber tiger. I don't know what a timber tiger is, and 2 dogs. Wow. Carla says it looks like a hawk, that one.
Which Susan is this? Oh, Susan Billy.
Susan Billieu.
Yes. Well, Susan
and
Dufresne also has chickens.
Anthony, that information is still posted in Makers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can access it there.
And Anthony, if you'll go to your post and tag Utah on it, like in the comments, then she'll be taken right to the right information.
Do you know how to do that?
Can you do that, Anthony?
He probably does. I don't know. How old are you, Anthony?
I think he's...
I will post the registration again. Bless your heart.
There you go. Tag Utah. All right, looky there.
Golden mantled ground squirrel. Ooh.
Here, look.
Oh.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. I never had it out. Bar Harbor and Acadia National Park is fantastic. I think it's so different from the Northwest. Well, I'm sure it is.
Well, this doesn't go with
I feel like there's a lot of more rocky formations and whatnot in pictures that I've seen of Acadia National Park. Yes, and I would like that because, of course, I would pick up rocks.
Of course you
But,
would.
you know, the beaches in Alaska are not like sand beaches. They're like rock beaches. So, yeah, I like that. Now, I did flip that one piece over there.
What piece are you talking about?
You know, the long piece. I think you may have already used some of it.
Yeah, but that was like for the front one. This is, I'm on to a different.
Oh, so you need a different color? Well, do you want me to muddle through that?
Yeah, and then I'm going to go turn off this air.
Okay.
Let's see if it does it from my phone first.
And the problem with some of these is they have something on both sides. Not necessarily the same thing.
Well, that's not really going to mess me up, but...
Well, that might, I don't know how big of a piece do you need?
Not big, I just need 2 little, you know, kind of good ones that are going to go.
Oh, and that was a little bit bright. Now, this might work right here. Check it, Mariah.
Check it. Yeah, that's too
Too
bright.
orange.
Here, yeah. We're looking for purpley pinky.
Purpley pinky.
With a little dash of peachy.
Well, I think this is purpley pinky.
Alright, I can try to find something in that. Yeah.
I made more packets for downstairs today, and I used...
Oh, here, you want me to show your stamped thing?
Oh, yeah. Oh, now here, see here, Mariah, here's a really important piece.
This is a really important piece.
This is a really, I know it's kind of slim, but
This really emphasizes the meaning of slim pickings.
Absolutely.
Thank you for those.
You're welcome. Now, you need to be careful when you're using one side and make sure you're not messing up one side that you're also going to use.
Lady, you need to just calm yourself down.
I'll start reading this thing. I find this book fun, playful, and adventurous landscape. Thank you. And you know, lying in bed this morning doing my stretching because my hips hurt and my knees hurt.
You should come walking
And
with us.
oh yeah, so I could actually really go to the hospital. Well, why is my screen going off?
I don't know why she thinks that like getting more exercise is going to cause her, you know, more harm.
Oh, I don't know. You know. Anyway. So what was I saying? Where was I going?
You were stretching and thinking.
Oh yeah, about the book this morning. Thinking, stretching, and doing a little bit of stressing because it was like, well, you know, I don't know where to go from here. And I'm just sitting there, and then I just kind of have a chuckle at myself and say, well, you just got to start. It'll come.
Yeah.
Just has to be flat, going downhill, so hard on knees. You know, going down is worse than going up. Now, if they had something to transport you back down once you get up, I could do just fine.
It's a ski lift.
You know, it's that business of getting that bad knee to go down the stairs because I have to go one at a time. So it takes me twice as long. And, yeah. Moving is important.
That's what we keep talking.
And you're right. The best exercise you can get is the pool because I loved my physical therapy in the pool when they had the temperature turned up a little bit.
I bet you they have, like, even though Aquatots or whatever, I bet you they have some kind of senior classes too.
Well, I should do that because, you know, I really, you know.
Or over in Plano, and you and Castle could go together for a bonding experience.
Yes, walking in the pool would be great for your hips and knees. It would, and it was, because that's how I got mobility back in my knee when, you know, I had all that scar tissue had solidified into, you know, like a roadblock in the middle of my leg. And, you know, it took me a good 6 months to get that. And so I do still have moments when it hurts. I could put vegetables in a net bag and cook them in there while I'm swimming.
Oh, that's how our pool has been, like the outdoor one. Oh, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like soup. People soup is what that is.
Yeah.
It's just disgusting.
Well, and the thing was when we were doing the high school swim team would practice in the same pool. This small town stuff, so things have to, you know, do double duty. And so some days it would be really nice and warm, and other days it would be really cool because the athletes who are moving and, you know, using up calories and energies and building up heat from muscles and whatnot would like it to be cooler. But people who are doing physical therapy, it works a lot better when those muscles are warmed up a little bit and you're not sitting there shivering as your form of exercise and, you know, turning blue and, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, Anthony. He's going to Lowe's for some floor paint. Ah, delightful. Okay, I don't know what movie we're talking about here.
Let's see.
I don't. It's up past where I can't see. Yes, Anthony, have fun with your floors. Take pictures and post them. We want lots of pictures too from your retreat.
Oh yeah.
So I think that'll be really fun and inspirational. And I'm sure that you'll probably do it again.
Yeah, I think they said that, you know, if it kind of goes well, that there would be more. Well, we really appreciate y'all hanging out with us doing this. And
yes, absolutely.
Because there just wasn't any way I was going to get up here in the evenings.
Okay. AADH says, definitely looks like a National Park abstract brochure book.
It's Heather.
Heather.
Yes, it's Heather.
Heather.
See, her name's at the end.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I don't know how that.
Your glasses are probably filthy.
Filthy. That's what Joshua used to say. He's a little kid. I don't know, his teeth just grew in all of a sudden. All of a sudden he, had teeth. And I don't think his mouth had time to catch up to his teeth. It just looked like his whole mouth was full of teeth. And he had a bit of a, what you call it?
A little lispy thing.
He was a little lispy.
Our baby still has one too, and I love it.
Oh, Jaynette says, I totally enjoy no matter what you all are doing. Oh, bless your heart. We love that.
Yes.
That attitude. Did I show the bugs yet?
No.
Shall I hand them over to you?
Sure. Anytime you're ready.
Well, I'm really, I stamped on them, and I told Mariah I thought I did and
Aren't those wonderful?
I hate to say that she's absolutely right. Don't buy the big stamps. Pads. Well, you can. It's better if you put the stamp down flat on the table, take the stamp pad, and chunk, because you can
Especially for the foam stamps. It seems to be a way better way to get them inked up.
Yes, I think it is, because then you get down in the little nooks and crannies and whatnot, and you don't have to worry about, where your ink is.
Yeah, so these are in the shop. I'm working on the others. I'm waiting to hear back from Michelle. I had a couple of questions. And so more of those will be coming. And then, got some other stuff too. It's just, like I said, just been busy with those orders.
Kathy says, you two in chat are entertaining me while I make tags. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. We love that kind of, the bugs have bums. They do have a cute little bum, don't they? I just now noticed that. I use acrylic stamping blocks to put even pressure on the foam stamps. Oh, well, that's a good idea, too. And Yuta says, how small can you make them? Well, we've talked about that. And if you want detail, this is probably it.
Yeah.
And the small, the stays-on mini pads are easy to use and hold on to. That's the other thing, because they're almost ergonomically. They have a little, hourglass figure to them, almost where you can hold on to them. Oh, I'm just finishing up my Philly. I had a Philly cheesesteak sandwich today, but I put raw onions on mine. I'm not a big fan of the smushy onions. I like them crispy. I love Michelle's drawings. I'm excited about her stamp designs. I am excited too.
Well, and y'all be sure to go check out, if you don't know who we're talking about, it's Michelle Sharp. Her channel is, Carrie, can you tell me? Because I think
he said that Michelle will be willing to do stamps of her foliage and flowers. But can they show a place to go to see her?
Yeah, I need Carrie to remind me what the name of her channel is, because it's not her name. It's Cottage Cove or something like that.
I do like crisp fried onions.
But it is linked, like if you go and find the bug. Here, hold on. Actually, I can do that. No, I'm on it.
The Creative Cove, somebody said.
Yes, the Creative Cove. But if you go and look at her bug, then you can, there's a link to her, because I linked her channel.
Oh,
but be sure to tell her that you're enjoying that, and y'all want more. And
let her know. Gosh, that's why all of us keep doing what we do, is because people give us feedback and make us feel like what we're doing matters. Gosh, yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Darcy. We have such good people. They're technologically knowledgeable. Thank God they're all not all like me. It would be all sitting here going, oh, let me see if I can find that page in my dictionary.
I'll be right back. Thank you, Eddie. You guys are doing good.
Yeah, and 15 minutes later, I'd come back and tell you all about it. Or tell you, that I'm still working on it. I'll get back to you tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. A lot of you guys know her.
Oh, yeah. Maya says, Michelle. I've been following her for ages.
Yeah.
I loved Michelle.
Okay, I need something coppery.
Coppery. Oh my. I can so hook you up with that. And dadgummit, I just had it here. Oh, here we go. Asking you shall receive.
Wonderful.
Now see this? Look at this. This is really pretty too. But you need to be careful because if you're using the one from the one side, then you're going to be using up all your paper from the other. So go ahead and use that. This has copper, but I think this side is more important.
Okay.
Because this has got that lavendery green.
Kind of a dark copper that you've given me.
Wouldn't do if everyone was the same. Isn't that the truth? My gosh, what a boring place. And you know, thank God we got mathematicians because we do send people to the moon and whatnot. Well, it's purported we do. Okay, I've got some really, yeah.
I love you.
Oh my gosh, it went off. Why is it doing that?
I don't know.
I guess I just need to shake it around a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta shake it around every once in a while. Let it know that you're still there.
And Jane, I thoroughly enjoy her channel as well. Bien.
Yeah, I figured a lot of you guys had already knew who she was and followed her and watched her videos and things because she'd been around for a while.
I think it's really, I'm speaking to Heather's comment here. I used to draw, but I burned myself out trying to overdo it. I think it's very important to do a wide variety of things because that way then you don't, and that's why I have my watercolors handy. What do you need?
I just want the stack because I'm not happy with that copper because it's really dark.
Okay.
And I don't think that goes with.
Problem with this stuff is it gets stuck together.
Yeah.
Okay, getting back to my comment here. I have my watercolors back over here, and I used to have them up there on the shelf, but I took them down. Because sometimes it's just nice just to play around with things and not have any agenda in mind at all. You're just playing around and messing about. But that frees up your brain. And when you're doing that, you might be thinking of something you could do with it. That's what I think.
Is that the one I...
And even if you can't, Michelle the Crafty with a cat lady says, I can't draw to save my life. You know what?
It's practice.
If you just start out and you just start drawing, and you don't need to think in your mind it needs to look like anything, just start making some lines and some things on paper. I mean, I watch Izzy, and it's so instructive to watch her do things.
Maybe.
I've got to show you her. Oh, I don't. What did I do it with? I think I parked it in this box.
I mean, and it's amazing from just one day to the next what she can do.
And she does have days when she gets really frustrated.
And I'm like, hey, you need to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, she had a big old fit about her round one. She drew a mermaid, and then she tried to draw a second one that was very similar. Complete meltdown. I was like, hey, just let it go. Come at it again later.
See, Violet, that is exactly because when you do engage that part of your brain that involves play, that's when you actually free yourself up to learn something different or to accept something different.
Oh, no worries, Lynn. And on that, I think Sandra or... There were some people that were really interested in seeing that. So, Violet and them were talking about it because they talked about it in Fran's stream on Monday.
What is it?
The thing that Lynn was talking about with the little acetate kind of, I think she's...
Oh, okay. Yes,
yes. Springy kind of business.
Yes.
Yeah.
The acetate hinging.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to read this because I think this is really a lovely visual. I use my subconscious processor. I have problems to solve. I open the hatch of my yellow submarine, stuff the problems down there, clamp it shut, the hatch blows, and I have the solution. I love it. I just visualize that whole thing. Okay, Apple a Day says, I sketched the same chair for 60 days earlier this year, and it blew my mind. I can draw.
That's a great
assumption.
I love that whole idea. Pick one thing and draw it again every day. And
I can't do that.
No, she can't. But if you're that type of person,
Okay,
I think that's a brilliant idea.
Drawing with the right side of your brain. Turning things upside down and drawing them, and using the blind contour drawing technique where you actually cover up your...
I hated that.
Well, Mariah's into product, not process. I'm into process, not product. So, you know, it really works out well. Watercolor painting pulled me out of a deep depression. See, there you go. And it, you know, all it does is it's just, you know, if you
for
don't...
or against that?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a little nipple.
What, down there in the corner? Mm-hmm. What is that?
Well, I'm covering up the magnets. Remember, that's what we're doing here?
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think that's the right color.
Well, it's glued down. So
but I can probably put some paint over it. It's fine.
Oh, that's a great... Here. Let's just get my little roll here.
I don't know that you are allowed to do that.
It's on my side.
Because that right there, the paint that you're going to be putting on there is the same color that's already on there. The reason that it doesn't match the other paint is because there's some other stuff that went in the other paint. You should just give me that and let me put a little bit of my Cassius iron oxide over it and darken it out.
Well, let me get the other little nipple done.
All right. Well, we should do them at the same time.
That's right. You're going to get your nipples done.
Susan Fernandez. I'm left-handed, and that book really did the trick for me. I turned my cat upside down and drew her. She wasn't happy.
That's funny.
Oh. Eddie. Okay. I'm ADHD where my artwork is concerned. I do what I feel like on that day using various media. Makes me happy. There you go. Alexander Calder says, I get up every day and play. And if you have that attitude and you don't get up in the morning and say, okay, well, I've got to make this today. I've just got to. Oh, we have another. Eddie's a lefty. Mm-hmm. I think it's important to learn new skills. And that's what, I don't know, Picasso, I'm not quoting him exactly, but he said, you know, I do something different to learn what I don't know. And there you go. Well, sometimes I feel like I'm almost ambidextrous, and I remember having someone in my family say that my spoon was removed from my left hand many times because, you know, they used to think that was really bad. Don't let your kid go left.
Simmer down. Just carry on with your story.
And so that they would change your hand. Carrie says, I'm ambidextrous and I love it. I think ambidextrous people are probably, yeah. Okay, well, here we go.
I can with certain things. Not everything, but certain things. I was pretty good at, like, being able to do that with pool. Like, it didn't bother. Like, I didn't have to shoot the one. It was kind of nice. I couldn't do, you know, around the back. I have to switch the side.
Helen says, I think the whiskey is kicking in. Well,
yeah.
You know, I've had less than an ounce here over a period of 2 hours, so I think I'm metabolizing it as we speak. Boy, look at that big old burger. I'm not going to call him burger because somebody objected to that.
Eva doesn't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just put a little on your finger and dab it about.
Now, do you have any more of these papers? I mean, all these little pieces that you were so proud that you kept of the actual papers.
Well, here's the thing, sweetie darling.
Yeah, sweetie darling.
You know, I didn't just put that aside once I did that. I went ahead and did some other papers that got covered up and, you know, whatnot.
So what is that telling me?
The answer is no. What you got is what you got. Just make it work.
That wasn't very nice. Ooh. I've got to get... I'm really bad about leaning that... I leaned my knee up against the edge of the table. That's what that was. Sorry. I apologize for shaking y'all about.
Shake it all about. Mm-hmm. Hokey pokey. And turn it all about.
I'm kind of wondering if you're doing that. If you could maybe do some more.
Do a bit of blotting here. I don't know if that made it all that much better, but, you know, whatever. I think it's fine.
All right.
I don't know. I have to think about that, because I have to think about what it was that I put on it, and now it's completely wet. So I'll just hold it over here.
Yeah, hold that over there.
What colors did I use on that?
Well, that's good, but
What is it?
Helen says she's glad her hubby has the headphones on because she's laughed a lot during this.
Michelle says some of us that want to be different from our mothers are trying to break the toxic cycle. Yeah, there was some of that. I don't know though, but I really learned to appreciate later on. My mother, I got a lot of, you know, there were 4 of us, 4 children, and we didn't have a lot of money. So we did play with sticks and stones and, you know, made mud pies and all that good stuff. But, you know, everybody did back then. I didn't feel deprived. It was just, you know, that's what everybody did.
And you know what's funny is, like, now my brother felt very deprived about life and always felt like, you know, he was missing out on something.
I swear to God,
But
I switched him in the hospital.
I didn't ever feel that way.
Those
So
nuns.
I don't know what that is.
Just make it work. Absolutely. I don't, you know, I don't feel like I'm owed something. Oh, here we go. I'm lost my screen again. I do not know why that keeps happening. I don't notice it so much, you know. Maybe I'm not moving about enough and, you know, moving this stupid thing.
Is it like going to sleep on you or
Okay, what? Carla says, did you see my comment? Carla, I'm going to try to find your comment. I've got to be careful here because I have lost the whole thing here, and I did not see Carla's comment.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to go back and find them.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my. Well, we don't have that problem. I talked to my sisters. Well, I haven't talked to one of them for a while, but
Here, look at that. I mean, it's not all matchy, but I think it's pretty nice blendy. I like it.
Oh, I love it. I think it's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll hold it up into the thing since you approved
yes.
it. See, it's not spot on or anything like that, but it goes well enough that...
Yeah. And the other thing, you know, that you can do is what you did over here when you, or I don't know if that was just that piece.
Like, why isn't that matching up? Because it goes that way.
I'm just going to take this little piece here and kind of put it over the...
I mean, you did get a little copper happy.
I did.
Now, like, but what's funny is in all of these papers, there isn't as much copper as you would kind of...
Well, it was kind of an afterthought.
Think that there would be on the outer parts. Maybe here. This is a good one.
I'll just, you know, glue down some more little things here and it'll kind of look like it's intentional. That's what you do.
Yeah.
See, I'll just glue that down there.
Mm-hmm. Bye, Kylie. Thank you.
Are those magnets on the pages?
Yes. These little...
Glad you didn't see that.
Yeah, those are the magnets that... And I posted a link earlier.
I'm really trying to... This is a page out of Mariah's playbook. You know, if you're going to use a piece, and I want you to see what I did there.
Oh. But you're so funny. You say you're not linear, but you do sure do like to... She likes to glue some things down in some straight lines.
Well, that was
but I like it.
That's the configuration of what it was that I was gluing down. It wasn't like I'd made it up, Mariah. Jesus.
There you go. She's fired up today.
Well, I you know, I got up and thought I was just going to have a nice, easy day today, and I was met at the stairs with a request of, we need more packets.
And then I was like, hey, by the way, it's Tuesday. We're streaming today.
And I went, oh, holy cow.
And she's like, well, I'm not ready for that. I said, well, good. I kind of had an idea.
And I really was not ready for it. I was really just going to be happy, kind of.
Making packets.
Making packets.
Sort of when she gets in that mood of packet making. She's happy because she's just kind of slapping things on the gel plate.
And I will report back to you all. I used another whole, I think I had 11 brayer offs that I pulled from the box.
That's awesome. Y'all wanted to report.
I'll feel real good about that. Whew.
Yeah? You getting warm?
Yeah. Well, you won't let me run my fan, and you turn my AC off.
You can turn on the fan. Oh, the upper fan, no. I don't like it. It makes my eyes water.
I'll haul that
It also makes the light flicker.
I have to trace down my cord here to find my phone underneath the massive amount of...
Your shrineage. I think that's just what we're going to refer to it from now on. It's shrineage is what that is. Building a...
Shrineage?
Just building a big old shrine to my art.
So rude.
Some of it is an offering. Some of it is...
Okay, well, I don't think 72 is going to break the bank.
No, I'm just talking about how cold I was earlier.
Oh.
That's why I was like, can we please turn that off?
Well, I do have a bit, you know, I've got my long sleeve. But this is kind of heavy t-shirt.
Yeah,
too.
you're not dressed appropriately.
All right, there.
Hold on. I'm a-gluing.
And I was going to straighten that one out, but it went down like that, and I waited too long, so it's just going to have to be a little bit weird.
Weird. All right, we're going to hold off on gluing or putting that down in there right now. Let it dry a little bit.
Okay, somebody, they're laughing. Wendy H. Okay, I missed out on a whole bunch of stuff here while I was gluing down.
Okay, I'm going to put
Things
those
to
back
make
there.
it match. I blew the horn as I went by Lynn's exit today. And you didn't stop. She says, no, it's just going with the existing flow. Sometimes we got to do that. Maybe burn an effigy to create some heat. You have to be careful. Well, actually, oh yeah, we do have the fire extinguishers around here. Have you ever noticed that the battery goes out at 3 a.m.? That isn't when we put it in. We put it in at a reasonable hour.
But they always go off in the middle of the night. Or the battery thing needs to be replaced in the middle of the night. Okay.
Okay, what is SIL?
Sister-in-law.
Oh. Well, they can only do that if you give them permission. And you know that whole saying that absence makes the heart grow fonder. Well, I think absence also makes...
absent?
It just be absent, yeah. There's something to be said for absent, you know. If it ain't there, you don't got to listen to it. Okay, I definitely have to finish. Heather's finishing
Well, this has
cleaning
been
her
a very,
room.
like, I mean, there's a lot of, you know...
Yeah.
I'm glad y'all are getting out things in the chat, and she's obviously getting some things out in the world.
I shouldn't say that because, yes, Mariah's grandmother was a bit of a, but, you know, there you go.
Yeah.
DIY, out of sight, out of mind. Yeah. Exactly. And you need to remove the fools from your life as much as possible.
True that.
Susan says, I've been working through the room of shame. Oh, yeah. I don't subscribe to that.
I've tried.
I consider it all to be visual stimuli.
Yeah, I've tried all sorts of things.
Helen says I would make a great counselor, Mariah. That's a very nice thing to say. Bless your heart.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do I have anything black and white?
Well, I don't know why you shouldn't.
I mean, there's this gray thing over here.
That really isn't going to do it. Okay,
okay.
Put that aside for a minute.
Okay.
I'm searching. I had some at some point.
Mm-hmm. Well, I see some of the other pieces used over here.
I don't use that.
Oh, thank you,
Use little
Susan.
bits of black tissue paper.
Oh, that'll work.
Well, I do have some of that.
Yeah.
That's handier.
Lovely. My only concern with this is sometimes it turns a little pinky. But yeah, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see what it does. And then if the thing is, at least it creates it'll create a area where I can then just use the acrylic ink or the pasta there.
Words are hard.
Posca markers over it. Those are the words I was searching for.
Yeah, sometimes that's
Well, I'm
certainly
worried
true.
they would pop off. So
it's visually orgasmic. Love that.
you got to lock them in.
You got to lock them in.
Yeah, Susan was saying that it looks pretty nice with just the magnets there, and I don't disagree with that. But the tape isn't gonna
them.
Yeah, the tape isn't gonna hold up like that long.
And you just as a dab of black paint will do you. Yeah, they would be great there, but it just doesn't work well that way.
Yeah.
All right, Helen. We'll catch you.
Thanks for hanging.
Yeah, one night to all. Good night to all.
Yeah, it's late.
Oh, when we were in Baltimore, when my step-granddaughter lived there in a row house, that was great. They had a hardware store in downtown Hamden, and it was a most remarkable place.
Hamden or Camden?
Hamden. Ha, ha, ha. Hamden. Not cup. Okay. Hamden. It was such a delightful place. I mean, they had stuff in there. I just walked around and looked at stuff and tried to figure out what it was for. I mean, there was stuff in there that, I didn't know I needed.
Well, it's
I feel like there was
yeah. If it's one of those old hardware stores kind of things, like there's some things in
It
there
smelled old. It had an old smell to
yeah.
it. Just, yeah, I love those kind of things. All right, so it's pretty funny, Heather. I sleep in my lazy boy recliner now, so I don't have to worry about Crafto launches smothering me in my sleep. Well, I'm okay on that because it's disconnected.
Her room is actually quite clean. In fact, she cleaned it up the other day.
Yeah, well,
Like
I got all
proper
excited
adult.
putting my suitcases and, finally unpacking my...
She does have three loads of laundry I'm looking at over
Yeah.
there. That
I wrap them up in little parcels.
they're queued up.
They're queued up and ready to go. But what I'm waiting for is I'm waiting to put the things that I have on in the next load because, then it'll, yeah.
Oh, there's a process.
And Susan has a leaning tower of stamps. Well, I kind of do too, and I'm getting a bit, okay. Great hardware store in Skagway. Oh, I would imagine stuff so old it could be from the gold rush days. Oh, I would imagine so. Gosh, that just makes me want to get a new boat and go there. Fran says, internet bad. Sorry. Well,
No
sorry
worries.
about that.
Yeah.
I just
Nothing
don't.
you can do about it usually.
No.
I'm just kind of picking up whatever was gooing out.
I know, I do too. Running your hands through bowls. Oh, and then, my gosh, they had this place. They had this place
do that as
in
a
Los
kid.
Alamos. Los Alamos, New Mexico. You realize this is, this is where my step-son-in-law. Yeah. My step-son-in-law was involved in the lab there at Los Alamos. He actually
my sister Susie
helped design one of the satellites. I don't know. They counted light strokes. I think it has something to do with, listening into people's
These are our
conversation.
family from the second marriage.
Yeah,
we love them very much.
But we don't want to talk about that. So anyway, they had this place, and what he did, I doubt that he probably still does because it's probably illegal. But it was, what was it called? Oh my gosh!
What are you talking about?
It was that place that took all the, the trash from Los Alamos, and I can put it in this, and it was just, you could just barely get through there. So he didn't turn the lights on everywhere. You would turn the lights on the area that you were in, and then when you left, you'd turn it off and walk over and turn on the next series of lights.
Yes, you've talked about this before.
Okay. Well, I got these great conductors, and I just found some of them the other day, and I don't know what I did.
I'm worried about. These got to dry.
I made beads out of them. Yes. I absolutely love going to funky old stores. I really do not even like... I could not go to the mall ever again and not feel the least bit perturbed about that.
Perturbed about that, she says. Perturbed.
And this is what's really nice. If Mariah screws up the order here and doesn't get them in the right place or whatnot,
oh yeah, they're messed up at this point.
I can go back and fix them. Shopping is too sanitized today. I like the kind of places that have dust and cobwebs and muck on the floor. And
all right, you can play with those and just kind of keep them from sticking to each other.
Oh, is that
that's the thing.
An issue?
Yeah. So that's something to keep in mind, guys. If you are using the magnets, you want to make sure before you really stick them down or close the book up or anything like that, the piece that you have glued around there to hold it together is really dry. Same goes for any kind of paint thing that the magnets are with, because it holds it really well.
Oh yeah, oops, that one. But that worked out really great. That
yeah, it does.
And it doesn't look like they changed color.
No, I'm pretty stoked about that, actually. All right, I need some more. I think this one. No. Where's that other one?
Oh, that was a good one. That's because you still had that one part of that stuff that I had there. From my seam binding thing.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. We got some good stuff going on here. All right, Eddie says he worked in Bloomingdale's in NYC for a bit. The stockroom was in the basement, and the lights turned on as you entered each section of the basement. Creepy. Oh, yeah. An odd thing happened today. The door handle on our side door broke just when I was going to pick up my mom from her doctor's appointment. May need to go to the hardware store. We have a store in Asheville called Scrounger's Paradise. Oh my gosh, that sounds wonderful. Where is this? In Asheville.
I like Asheville.
John and Casey didn't take me there, but I've been to Asheville. I think they probably had it.
Yeah.
And see, here we go. I went dark again.
Well, are you plugged in?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I don't know. And Michelle said this. She's torn more than one page, not letting the magnet dry.
Which is a real bummer. I don't want that.
I love listening to your stories. Well, I'm sorry I can't make some of them a little bit more entertaining. Scream time's out if you don't move the mouse. Yes, this is true, but usually that doesn't happen.
Yeah,
and I think it's just because I'm moving around here and jiggling it when I move my cart and move the, fetch some paint and all that nonsense.
All that. Shoop-de-doo.
Oh my gosh, that splashed up on my glasses. I hate this cup. It was just the only one that was available at the...
Is that one, you find that one challenging?
Yeah, look. Put my eye out if I had my glasses on.
It's a water hazard.
Water hazard.
Good gosh.
I think I just managed to smear a bunch of goo around there. Oh well, I don't really need to see it all that well. I had a cheat mouse rocker that kept my computer alive while I napped. Huh.
That's great.
I don't know about that. Maxine said she got a card that says, from her sister, that says, "Do what the little voices tell me to do." Oh, yeah. I like that. I hope the weather settles in time for tomorrow, or be it I won't be streaming. I have been watching Mariah's Monday stream. Well, that's a good one to watch. That's where we started this business. Okay, Carrie says, I used to manage the Bombay Company store in Northbrook Court, Chicago years ago. I used to take home broken stock for creative projects. Oh, I love that. You should have dropped some of those dishes at Macy's and brought home the parts.
Yeah.
Barbara Poole says, we had Building 19. What a treasure trove of useful, weird oddities that store was. All salvage. That's kind of what this place in Los Alamos is. I mean, it just had wonderful stuff. And I know, you know, this is back in the day before, you know, that you can't even get onto unless you have a job there now. But you used to be able to go there and eat in the cafeteria. We used to go there and watch all the nerds with their pocket protectors and their retractable keychain things. I mean, you know, and high water pants and mismatched socks. Oh my God, you name it. It was just entertaining, just sitting there and people watching. So when Steve had his project, I went to the lab and he said, well, you had to put on these anti-static outfits, okay? Because if you touch something, you might, you know, I don't know, blow up the rocket, whatever. Anyhow, before we even went in, he looked right at me and he said, do not pick up anything off the floor anywhere else. You cannot do that. Oh my gosh, you should have seen the wonderful stuff on that floor. I know exactly why he said that. Oh my, I was just absolutely, I was totally stressed out by the time I left. I don't remember anything they told me about the rocket. I just remember being
focused on all
so upset that I couldn't pick up the rocket trash and recycle the rocket trash.
Oh goodness, that's funny. I don't think I remember you talking about that.
A button factory. You could get mixed boxes of buttons. I love buttons. I have a box of buttons under. That's what my feet rest on here at my desk.
We got buttons.
I don't know that we have any interesting stores in Dallas like that.
There's probably stuff like that. I just don't really. I mean, you got to go probably further down into Dallas, and we don't make it there a lot.
Yeah, true.
Here, are you okay with this? I'm pretty okay with it, but I don't need your confirmation there.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just...
It's looking good.
All right.
How are we doing with our magnets? Are we going to have enough?
Well, yeah, I mean, I got magnets on everything right now. I think this is good for this.
Did you use the ones that were on the turntable?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's still more. It's knocking paint off. Yeah, here, I still have...
Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. There, okay.
Now, what's the thing about this?
My reward yesterday for filling a large bag of trash was a 5-hour energy shot so I can stretch it out a few days while I wait for Mom to get me more caffeine. There you go. They don't make nice buttons anymore. This is absolutely true. They're plastic crap. Isn't that the truth? Well, then you buy those coconut buttons and they eventually dissolve in the wash. Yeah, it's really a sad thing.
What am I looking for? I'm looking for something turquoisey. That actually isn't too shabby.
All buildings have a fraction attached. I don't know how you attach fractions, Eddie. We need more information.
It's just not fully informed on that, Eddie. Where are my sticky notes? There they are.
Oh, oh, the giant rummage sale in Canton. No, I want to go, but it's so damn hot here that
yeah.
I can't deal with it.
It
would take all the pleasure out of it. But I know about that place, and I would like to go in the fall. And there's a very, very short window of opportunity of which I would like to take advantage of Canton, and I can't get her to go there with me anyway. Oh, Darcy, I do too have a box. A lot of my buttons come from my great-grandmother. They're just sending me nasty notes. Oh. It's like, okay, there were multiple stores. Oh, 9 3/4. Oh, I get it. I get it now, yeah. 19 3/4 too. It's like the Harry Potter movie. 9 1/2. It's fabulous later in the year. Yes, I would think so too, because then you, the weather isn't just so oppressively hot.
Oppressively hot.
Oppressively hot.
I really found the weather very oppressive today. I like that. I think they should use that on the. You're gonna feel a little oppressed today.
Yes,
in
not
the weather.
depressed, oppressed.
Right.
No, it's. Okay, Building 19s were overstock type stores. Oh, like our Tuesday mornings, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, the 19 was the original, and the fractions were additional stores. Well, isn't that brilliant? There's a math person thought that up. And Betsy says, I think this whole project is beautiful and intriguing.
Well, thank you.
Oh, but a lot grungier. Yeah, grunge I like. I really like grunge. I think that's where we got our Lee jeans. Oh.
Fingers are getting kind of gooky and.
Well, we used to have one, Susan, but they shut up ours here. And we
Yeah, our favorite one they did, and actually even the one over, because that's where that birthday party was. So the bigger one.
Yeah.
Is closed down too. So I don't know that there are any in the Dallas area anymore. I would assume because it's kind of corporate, or they're like one of their headquarter stores is still in Carrollton, but they may be shut down all the way. I don't know. I do not know that. I'm being a little obsessive about that.
Okay, so Wendy H says we're heading into the wet season here. The humidity is overwhelming. Well, we do have humidity sometimes in Dallas too, but we would welcome some humidity right now. We have not had rain.
Not a lot, that's for sure. Not enough. I mean, that pond over there is like crazy low.
Eddie says where we got our bed sheets. Hey, we used to get some really good sheets at Tuesday mornings too.
We did.
Yeah.
Now we still have like the, home. What is it? Home Goods over here.
Mm-hmm. They have some good, but it's not the same. It's not the same.
It's like an overstock kind of place.
The longest yard sale is an adventure. Oh, I would imagine so.
Mm-hmm.
Darcy says the ragweed's high here. I think it is here too.
Mm-hmm. That's what the when I went to the doctor, I did that a little opposite.
Home goods can be a bit pricey. Just go to the back of the store. That's where all the really cheap stuff is.
Like, we can check back there first.
Check back there. It's like that's where you go to Hobby Lobby. It's the back of the store. I don't go there anymore, but I used to. Because that's one of the only stores we had when I lived in West Texas. We had several shirt factories. My mom would buy fabric ends and make our clothes. Oh. Well, what a fabulous idea. Here we go again.
All right. What are your feelings on that?
You know what? I can take a marker.
Yeah, and draw in
the webs.
Okay. I kind of figured you would have that skill set.
Oh, well, Susan said it's monsooning there. Oh, we need a little monsooning. In fact, I should have watered this morning.
This is my last two or last one? This is the 1, 2. Okay.
Yeah, remember that one you thought you might need to use more than one magnet on it. Might need to use.
Yeah, maybe. It's just... I could make it really interesting to just glue this across the...
Old wood smell is an interesting smell. I like it too.
Are we for or against that?
Okay. Lisa says, maybe this format of construction could be a fantail for a turkey. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Work quite well for
Gobble,
that.
gobble.
Or a peacock, you know, if you wanted to just keep adding feathers.
Oh, yeah.
The Mennonite Central Committee has a store where you buy fabrics by the pound. Well, they used to have a really cool little Mennonite store in La Junta, Colorado. That's where my sister lives. And you could go in there and buy things from all over the world, because they would, I guess they had some kind of, what do you call that?
Like a...
Collective. That's not what I want to say.
Right.
Co-op.
Yeah.
And they would get things from other parts of the world. The Pendleton Mill. My grandfather loved, that was the thing that we got him every year for Christmas, was Pendleton shirts. So I know about that. I used to have a Pendleton black blanket. I don't know what happened to it.
Probably in storage.
Oh, Crazy Quilter says they had shirt factories. She said, I lasted 1 month and 2 months the second time and 3 months the third. Yeah, I could imagine that would be. I worked in a fishing rod factory and I hated it.
I never worked in a factory.
Susan says she picked asparagus once for 2 weeks. Oh my gosh. I love asparagus, but I don't want to pick it. I would imagine that would be a horrible job.
I was a waitress for, what, less than a week, really?
3 days?
Yeah. I didn't like it, and they didn't like me.
We also had lots of mills for yarn and ropes. Aha. Debsy said her grandpa loved Pendleton shirts. Oh, and you picked blueberries in the summer when we were young.
Aha! I think that's pretty good. And if you want to bring in some other little things, you can.
Okay.
But look at that.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I can take my small brush and
kind of buffer it in and
paint around.
Paint it in. Paint it in. We say. Oh, I got some stuff.
Oh, Christy Hartman's sister lives in Pendleton, Oregon. I think that we went very close through there when we on our journey, you know, down to Texas from. After we got off the boat.
What are you saying?
Pendleton, Texas. Pendleton, Texas. Pendleton, Oregon. I remember
I was like, really?
seeing a sign or something on our, you know, I don't know where it is, but I just remember seeing that. And it was a very painful trip. They have mill stores in Maine.
There.
Oh my goodness, that sounds horrible, Susan.
There.
They would sit on a tractor seat and reach down in between their legs and cut asparagus as it went along.
Oh, yeah,
Doesn't that sound horrible?
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun at all.
Oh. Okay, I'm taking. Oops, no. Little grabby. Some of these boogers are really grabby.
The magnets?
Yeah.
It's kind of what one looks for in a magnet.
Grabby.
Grabby.
Yeah, grabby.
Yeah.
The mills in Hespler have been turned into high-end condos. Oh, of course, yeah, because of all that lofty business.
Mm-hmm.
Diane said she was a waitress for 2 hours once. Hey, I lasted longer than y'all. And I was not only a food waitress, but as a bar waitress. Let me tell you what,
well,
that's some challenging stuff.
You owned the honky tonk. That
It didn't matter. Some of the people that were grabbing my
tushy.
You know, we had to have discussions frequently that, you know.
That was inappropriate.
Yeah, and they'd like to be minus anatomy part or something, they could just continue right along with that.
I could turn a handle into an orifice.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, that's a little bit, okay. Kind of what works in one spot doesn't necessarily work in another.
Well, isn't that the truth? It's kind of life.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what I can do about that. Oh, are you doing that right now?
Well, I don't know. Kind of, yeah. I guess I really shouldn't do that right now.
No, you can do that later.
Okay. Let's see what... Okay. Silver Gray says, I've learned some very interesting things here. Exactly. We like to provide all sorts of bits and pieces of knowledge. I was an interior designer for 25 years, loved it. So I was very lucky and blessed. You are. That's how I felt about teaching.
I worked at an interior design place. It's kind of one of my first, like, real, you know, like, adult jobs as an admin.
This is moving too fast. You should make them wear the... You just make them wear the drink and pay for it. Or they stop the touchy-feely stuff soon enough. Yeah. I thought I was the determiner of whether they needed more drinks or not. So I just took a long time. There's just, that's a good one, Sarah. Oh, they sold their antique house in Boston, built in 1803. Oh my. Well, I think bartending is a lot easier than, you know, the person that delivers the drinks the bartender makes. But, you know, the bartender can kind of be behind the bar and have a barrier. As a waitress, you're, you know, whipping it around out there. I never did dump drinks on people, but I had the urge.
The thought crossed your mind.
The thought had crossed my mind.
All right, so... Yeah, I got this thing. I don't know if we just do pieces right across it or what you want to do there. But here, remember this one's on the inside.
Oh, yeah. So that needs to lie flat for a bit.
For a little bit, yeah, I think that. Oh, but you did give me that one piece.
Yeah, I was pretty sure I did. Oh, yeah, that's pretty squishy. I'm going to set that over here.
I mean, these are pieces that she used
to pull up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got it. I had another one.
But I don't know.
I think I gave you all the good ones.
Yeah. I have two here.
Yeah, and I've got one that's got a bit of spot of green here, hither and yon, but I don't think it's enough to want to mess with. I think the ones you have are better.
Yeah. Shiny and whatnot.
I need hot water. You know, I don't know.
Brad's been trying to get her to go to the doctor.
It's really, it doesn't hurt. It's not painful at all. It's just irritating and...
Oh, Susan operated the old cord board as a temp receptionist. It was very strange. She was 17.
My mother did that.
Mm-hmm.
She was I have pictures of her there at where they pick them and plug them in, and
that seems like very
stressful. She said that they listened sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
In a small town, let me tell you, yeah. Well, this is back in the days of, you know, the...
Do you like this side? I think Deb likes this side more than that one.
I don't have a preference. I really don't.
So, I don't know. And of course, no, it's going the other direction. So it's going to be a pain to get stuff off of there.
Oh, people say amazingly rude things.
I tell you, Lynn's got some stories. That's funny. Okay, I can try to spray this to make it kind of go a little bit better, because we know the paint does. It's just this is on very stark white tissue versus...
Yeah. Now, there should be some of that sort of, I mean, that kind of orangey brown there, ochre color, I can give you some of that on tissue if you need it.
Well, no, what I'm saying is I need to spray this because this is the, you know.
From the edge, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Here's my trial accordion if you want to, like, you know, print that or something.
I don't really know how that would work, but it might be interesting.
Alright, okay, remember we used the sepia, so that's what I'm going to kind of do here. Doopy-doopy-doo.
Oh, I would hate working at an airport. I try to be at an airport so the least amount of time as possible.
I don't know. I
These
think
people
that could
remember their phone numbers from their party lines. That's amazing.
I think that could be pretty interesting. Working at an airport, like there, because there'd be a lot of different people that come through there. That would be kind of cool. I think. What am I looking for? That's what I'm looking for. I just don't want this everywhere.
That's a good match.
Well, yeah, I mean, because it's the same stuff. I hope so.
You could use this piece of paper for an absorption if you wanted to. It might make it interesting.
Well, I guess I could also do this.
Yeah. That's
two birds, one stone kind of situation.
Absolutely.
There.
A lot of cranky people in airports. I would be one of them.
That's true. You must feed her, you know. She gets real cranky at the airport. She's fine.
I am. Try to drink out of this little cup instead of that big one with the fat rim. Oh, this is just water.
Alright, what are our feelings about this?
Well, you know, Susan, that is what I kept reminding myself of when I was there. Then Mariah would remind me also. The people behind, you know, don't kill the messenger kind of thing.
Yeah.
They weren't the ones making the decisions that were affecting everyone's comfort level. It was, you know, the a-holes on up the food chain that were sitting in some nice air-conditioned office in a, you know, $2,000 chair with nice restaurant that they could call and have them bring food in. And isn't that the way it goes? I'm a big proponent of the unions. You need to balance out that crap.
Indeed. Where's the pokey? God, some of these brushes are looking mighty scary.
What brushes?
But where's that one that's kind of a, you know, stipply brush that's kind of been glued?
Oh, I think it's in the water. Here, let me.
Well, I don't want it wet.
Oh, well, just have to look for another one there, I'm sure. Here, this is a pretty good one.
I'm just kind of pushing it down around the magnet because this is, you know, because it's kind of wet right now.
Right.
So me pushing on it with my fingers
Yeah, you just get the tissue paper stuck to your finger.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah, I understand that. Oh, it went dark again. Oh, I really went dark. I think I'm gone.
Gone?
Yeah.
Well, was it plugged in? Are you sure you're all the way plugged in? Maybe that's why it kept doing it.
It is, but you know, the plug-in situation, remember, because it's such a hassle for me to trade that out, I've got a new one. But I haven't done that.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Well, now I kind of know what you mean.
I'm probably, you know, due for a new laptop. How old is this one?
Pretty old.
It is. It's like going on 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, this one really glows, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's what Silver Grain says. I'm loving the sheet Mariah's working on. Yeah, I know. But you know what about that cough syrup business? And it's really, I'm not sure that the cough, all it's doing is suppressing. It's not helping I'm treating the symptoms rather than the cause. And I think the cause is that.
Dr. Patricia.
Yeah. Lots of poop stains out there. Yes, exactly. I'll tell you what. There's no. Susan says it's beautiful. I really like this side too. I just thought that I think the contrast in the pattern on the other side, because this is, you know, more kind of the same value. On the other side you have stark contrast between the dark green and the turquoise, the lighter turquoise.
I would just like run this all the way across there, but I don't necessarily have enough of it. So, and I may need it over there.
Ah.
So that's why I'm just doing these little blocks, which I think are going to be fine. We can piece some others in, but I want to get the magnets covered first.
Yes. Brush, glued, and screwed. We have some of those. Unfortunately. Now you can soak them in Murphy's and kind of finesse and keeps it loose so it can come out. Well, I'll have to look into that. Because mine is bronchial. And it's just from the constant drainage with the sinus and the allergy business going on. Because, I mean, I still have sneezing attacks that go on for 5 minutes. And then my nose is just like a faucet. It just dumps all this mucus. And it's really, it's
love coming here
runny.
And talking about this.
It's not like thick.
Thumbsy Upsies, let us know in the comments. Oh my God. Here we are at like 8 minutes. Okay. I have some other announcements. I knew there were some other. I'm glad y'all stick around. See, if you stick around to the end, you might know some things that other people don't know. So, for the big giveaway, we're going to do a couple of things. This coming Sunday, be sure to leave comments on that video, because that's going to be one of the places.
What video? Oh, on the Sunday video?
On the Sunday stream.
Okay.
You'll want to leave comments there, because that is going to be just one of the places that we pull a giveaway from. So that'll be on the big wheel, you know how I do. Then 3 people will be pulled from our Artie perks. So if you are a current, or if you sign up before October 1st, or you're already signed up as a Artie perk member, we are going to pull 2 Loverly members and 1 Mucky Muck.
Oh.
Then the other 3 will be pulled from the chat.
Oh.
During our October 1st stream for our 7,000. I mean, I'm assuming we're going to hit that here shortly. I really did think it was going to be last night.
The other thing is, and I don't know, I should talk to Mariah about these things before I just start blurbing them out.
Well, you can blurb, and then I'll just tell you, well, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. That's how she does it.
So blurb away.
That's how I
You got 6 minutes.
I think I can do it.
Okay.
That's what she said today. She just told me, she said, I really need a necklace. And how many minutes did I have? 9 minutes. I said, hell, I could get ready to go visit the president in the White House in 9 minutes.
The dog rolled over and humphed. And I said, oh, well, I think Mazzy had something to say about that.
But I did. I found her something in less than 4 minutes.
She did.
It needs a bit of shining up. The silver on it's kind of dull.
So I'm probably going to have some.
Okay, now what was I going to say here? Oh, yes. All right, so.
Oh, that wasn't it.
I've got a box full of what I call the special prints. And I thought it would be, and you know, we also have all those prints that we have matted that are in the store.
We do.
That could be, you know.
And we could even get it to the point where we just let people pick what they want.
Well, yeah. Give them a chance. Okay, see, you win this round of the wheel thing. So you can go and you can pick a print from the yada yada. That'd be great. Let's do that.
Well, or if they want to print.
If they want to print. Well, we could just have it. Okay, if you want to print, then you can be in this round of the whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be, yeah, some of the chat people. So you have an opportunity. Oh, and then one of the things, though, because we're thinking that we may end up, if the Artie Perk member kind of thing works out pretty well, what we might do is then monthly go ahead, just to, you know, because we want to add extra perks to the people that pay for perks. Just seems right. We may go ahead and do it once a month. Now they'll be a little smaller, because we're going to put together some pretty big packets, because like we've got a buttload of IMPP stencils and stamps and all sorts of things. So the packets are going to be well worth hanging about and, you know, this, that, the other.
All right. Well, thank you, Griffin Shale. That was a really nice thing to say. And
What'd
Kathy, she said, who wouldn't want to print? Well, there's some people who,
yeah, I mean,
you know.
You want your own art hanging in your house.
And thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. We've had a lot of good chit-chat today. Reminds me of those Chinese fans. I know, yes. Izzy's a big, and she's getting so she can make her own.
See, and it's kind of cool when you look at it like that. You don't notice the break. See? Kind of cool. I like those little optical illusion-y things.
Oh, I do too.
Now, see,
Thank you, Susan.
Don't know if that looks as good there, but I'm just kind of getting to the point where I'm
and
like...
Penka's listening and cooking. Oh, that's a good combination.
It is.
Wish I could come over. What are you cooking?
Yeah, I was going to say, because she's not cooking. I asked her to make lunch the other day.
Kathy
she
said
laughed
it's
at me.
Beautiful, Mariah. You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Bye, Kathy.
All right, yeah, I'm going to probably just... I might even pass this along to, you know...
Oh, so I can go ahead and put glue on them?
I mean, you could handle this, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like
I get a little carried away with the glue, but I do understand setting them aside and letting them dry.
Yes, before closing it up and letting them, you know, do their
glue
magnetic
together.
thing.
I do have some glue togethers.
So that was kind of I'm glad I got that in here before the end. I just didn't... I knew there was something else.
I didn't know that I knew about that.
Well, Brad and I were kind of talking about it today, so there's really not any way you would. I just knowed about it
I
today.
love that clicking sound. Did you hear that clicking sound?
Click, click. So we are moving right along with these here books. So today is Tuesday. We will be back here on Thursday. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Do come back. Leave those comments. It helps us. You know, we're getting closer to the 7,000 thing. And then, you know, the next thing is 8. And then the next one is like 100,000.
This is just so much
It might be years before we get there. But who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
Things can spin up real quick. You just never know. It could be this book.
Thank you, Darcy.
Like,
bye, Eddie.
See you
Bye,
guys on
Maya.
Thursday. Bye.
Bye, Pinka, Ellen B, Colleen.